What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, it's me, the D, aka the Captain of the Thunder God Pirates, aka he who will bring the dawn. Well, actually, I think I should be the one who brings the storm. Again, Devil Fruit, aka the new god of Skypiea, coming at you with another One Piece chapter discussion. Some reviews. I don't tell you if it's good or bad. I just tell you it's a review. So, okay, real quick. I know it's been a minute since the last time you saw me. Yet again, live shit, blah 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 blah. You already know. If you pop through to my streams, which you probably should, twitch.tv/the_D_20. Then you know stuff's been happening. Yet again, if you don't come through the Twitch streams, which yet again you really should, you wouldn't know that. But anyway, real quick. Sorry for hitting the mic there, but real quick. Didn't want to talk about it. I know I haven't been here in a while. I haven't reading One Piece. I've been loving One Piece. And I really do want to speak on the revelation and the last little chunk of the Luffy versus Kaido fight. I'm gonna speak about that at a later date. I'm trying to have that out this week. Also, if you care, the sound reading video will be out this week. My thing is before Friday. Yet again, today being shit, I should know this shit off the top of my head. Sunday the 29th, and tomorrow the 30th here in America, it's gonna be Memorial Day, and apparently I'm getting drugged to a fucking thing. I'm getting drugged to a get together, so I'm trying to do a little stream before then, but that'll be that. But yeah, sound breathing videos coming. Already got stripped out for that. Well, the script started. I just need to do the last little part about Tengen himself, and then that'll be done. I can just record that, knock that out really quick. Yet again, talk about Luffy's fruit, talk about the last little thing we got with Kaido, talking about all that. But yet again, that'll be later this week, and then maybe having another video. But look, I'm just trying to get those two done before next week. But without further ado, yet again, for what you all came here for, let's talk about this chapter. And yet again, I'm gonna be I got a new setup here. You can see my switch in the background. Look at it. Oh, okay. What the? Did I never turn off Monster Hunter? Oh, I didn't turn off Monster Hunter. I was like, what the fuck? But anyway, without further ado, let's get discussing this chapter. One Piece 1050, Honor. And yet again, we're kind of continuing on with the Whole Cake Island, the emotionless excursion. Ichigo and Reiju have finally shown up and are beating the shit out of the inhabitants of the Whole Cake Archipelago. That's not what we came for. Oh, shit. No. So we pick up where the last chapter left off, with Kaido being sent plummeting towards the earth. And as he's actually going head first into the ground, you see him transforming from his full dragon form to his actual human form, which we still don't know, and that's why I'm hoping we do get a little bit more from Kaido, because we still don't know, okay, is he a regular human? Why the fuck does he have horns? Like, can we please get some type of... He looks like oars, man. What the fuck? Anyway. So, and then we see in one panel, turns out Luffy hit him hard enough to actually make a hole similar to how Law did Big Mom a few chapters ago, where he went all the way down beneath Wano into what looks like a volcanic cavern. And then we see Yamato. She's running over to Luffy and she catches him. And the narrator, as this all is happening, speaks. Above Wano, the battle on the roof. Winner, formerly Kaido. As Yamato catches Luffy, as Momo lays tied, as the people of Wano in the Fire Capital are celebrating. Yamato carries Luffy over to Momo, and she says, "This is incredible. You two, you're incredible." And yet again. So we come back over to the festival where Tinguyama is just kind of thinking over everything, remembering everything, just because that's the thing. A lot's happened, and this night, being the one peaceful night a year they get, it makes you reflect on just life in Wano, period. So he's hanging out with, not Otama, damn, what is that little girl's name? Hold on. What is that little girl's name? Yasuie's daughter. I don't mean to call her that, but I cannot remember her name off the top of my head. But so he's sitting there with her, and he's, been the one helping her with her lantern and everything. And she's even talking about her father, like, how he did what he did, how he knew he would be killed, and how he pretty much gave them a fighting chance. And even Tokuyama, he's kind of just, it's kind of like just washing over him how everything's happened with Yasuie and his life. Toko, that's her name, Toko. And he goes on to say, hey, your father, he did that to preserve the future. And then we find out that when she ate her smile, he was like, hey, I hope you didn't eat it. We see, like, when she ate it, he ate it. So he was a pleasure himself. And so he's talking to her about this, and she even goes on to change her message on her lantern, which brings Tinguyama to tears. And she changes her message from "I want to see Daddy" to "Daddy, thank you." Kind of as a way of saying that she understands, that she accepts what happened as what needed to happen, which is very mature, especially for a girl her age. Since she's like 8, she's either Tama's age or younger, but she's accepted that, yeah, my dad died. My dad, he had to go. It wasn't that he wanted to, he had to go. And she's kind of come to accept this, that, the reason things are going to be okay, which she doesn't know the full extent of that at this point, is because of what her father did. And then we see a beautiful scene of all the lanterns going up in the air. And even from a distance, we see Nekomamushi is sitting on, he's standing on the Skull Dome, and he's looking out, he's seeing like what in the distance to him looks like stars rising up from the fire capital. And so then, he's just like, man, I haven't seen this in years. Because remember, the Fire Festival is apparently something that's been a tradition in Wano. It's kind of like their New Year's celebration. Sorry. But it's kind of been their whole tradition this whole time. Like, hey, this is what we do at this time of year. It's their New Year's party, their New Year's celebration. And he's like, damn, I haven't seen this shit in years. He's like, oh shit, yeah, right. I have something to do. So then he yells down in one of the craters that was made during the numerous battles that happened on the Skull Dome. Listen up, I can confirm, Luffy smashed Kaido deep into the earth. And he goes on to say that Onigashima would have fallen, but Momonosuke turned into a giant dragon and stopped it. So everybody's looking like, oh, so that pink dragon was Momo? Oh, so he has powers. And then Neko, he goes on to say that after 20 long years of waiting for the chance to avenge Lord Oden's death, we are victorious. We've taken down 2 emperors of the sea. And the not the pleasure center, the golden, not golden Kagura, I think, well, it's golden Kagura's part of it. But in the main hall, they go fucking nuts. Cause with this, the raid did not fail. Luffy did not lose. Wano is free, and on this day, they took out 2, count them, 2 emperors. And so everybody is just, Beppo's hugging Kid. Well, Beppo's hugging Law. Kid's just sitting there like, yeah, buddy, because he knows that yes, Law did carry in that battle, but Kid was instrumental in it as well. And then even Apu bitch ass is like, Straw Hat beat Kaido? Because he he's a switcher. He's like, okay, I don't know what I should do. With remember, he held on to Kaido nuts this entire time. So it's not like, okay, he was kind of like on the fence. No, bruh, he was fully sucking them Kaido nuts. Now, the only thing that I find odd that we haven't seen, because we see Nekomamushi, Inuarashi, the samurai, yet again, we see Raizo, we see Kawamatsu, we see Komurasaki with Denjiro, yet again, we see Killer and Kid, we see Beppo and Law, we see Apu. We don't see Diaz Drake. We don't see Hawkins. So, just something to keep in mind. Yet again, Nami and Otama are sitting there cheering with Zeus, the Lion Dog, and Marco. Even Marco just sitting there like he's against the he's against the wall, just like, them damn kids did it. Then we see Old Man Hyogoro, some of the Yakuza bosses. Usopp's carrying two people. I can't remember who it would be. I think one's Kinemon, and I think the other might be Okiku. And then even Frankie's like, yo, bruh, Zoro's out cold and won't come to. This is the issue. Because remember, Zoro, not only did he have to fight Kaido with Luffy, which, yet again, if you've been watching the anime, them episodes have been choice. Like, the animation. But, yet again, he fought Kaido, then he had to fight King. And King wasn't playing no game. So Chopper's already working on somebody. He's like, oh shit. He's like, yo, Miyagi, help, pimp down. And Miyagi's like, bruh, I got you. And so anyway, we cut back to outside of Onigashima, which is landed outside of the flower capital. And Momonosuke is actually talking to Zunisha. It looks like telepathy. He's like, Zunisha, can you hear me? I thought long and hard about, everything that's, my destiny, what my father wanted to do, what the Scabbers wanted to do. And he said, I will not open the borders yet. So apparently throughout all of this, something has happened that has made Momo kind of reconsider everything. Because it's always looked, and I think it kind of draws back to Kaido. How Kaido was always like, who are you? Who are you really? Are you Odin's son? I think that's kind of made him question everything. Because from the jump, with this whole alliance with Luffy, like, cause even remember back on Zunisha's back in Zou, Luffy at first he wasn't gonna do it, not because he didn't want to take out Kaido. He'd already said that, but he hadn't talked to Momo, so it's kind of always like everybody's like, oh, Momo was a kid, and Luffy's like, no, you yourself need to talk to me. You yourself need to come to me with this. And I think it's really cool how that's kind of worked. And even this, I think it ties back how Kaido was like, who are you? When he hadn't strung up. Like, all of this has been, all of this has really been eye-opening for Momonosuke, because throughout this, he's had to grow up quicker than he really should have. He's had to come to terms. He's had to find out very quickly and come to terms with the fact that my interpretation of all this may be different from my father's. Am I doing this for me? Or am I doing this for my father? Hell, even is that such a bad thing? Hell, is that even a good thing? Because same thing with Yamato. With that, her father was pushing a destiny on her intentionally. Like, he wanted her to rule over the flower capital and rule over Wano as his commander. But he did, but she didn't. The same thing with Momo. Even though Odin didn't, force it on him, it was kind of like everybody in his circle kind of expected something out of Momo. And was that right? Was that wrong? You can make arguments for both sides of that being right or wrong. And then Zunisha answered, very well, I will respect your decision. I trust in your judgment. And then Momo was like, thank you. But then something starts to rumble. He's like, is that a motherfucking earthquake? Like, what is happening? And then then we cut back inside Onigashima, where the remnants of the beast pirates are still trying to rampage. And even Frankie and Brook, well, Frankie's ready to go. Brook's like, wait a minute. Like, because yet again, they're not in the best of positions to actually fight them off. But Then we cut to Yamato, who steps in front of them and tells them, like, look, he's like, it's not worth it. Onigashima would have smashed to the ground if not for our leader. After losing the fight and being saved from certain death, if you go on fighting, I will destroy you. And they kind of, you know, it seems like they kind of cut it after that. And then, yet again, it wasn't just them. It was just Momo outside. It was the Beast Pirates inside start to feel it too. That earthquake, and then underground in the magma pool, we see two outlines. One which we can assume is Charlotte Linland, Big Mom, and the other being Kaido. Now, whether or not they are dead or not, we don't know, because remember, both of these two are so durable that you could make the concession that even magma itself wouldn't be able to easily damage them. And then we cut back to the excavation labor camp, and yet again they're like, bruh, that's a quake. And then they say something's happening on the seafloor. And from there, from out in the ocean, like a giant eruption comes up, shooting volcanic ash into the sky. And it's here that we finally get the actual card. Winner. The final battle in the skies over Wano. Winner. Straw Hat Luffy. And we see Luffy bandaged up. And everybody, especially in the flower capital, they're all looking, because this didn't happen from Wano. This came from underwater. Like, it seems like it came from off the coast. And like I said, just a pillar of hell just coming out from underwater, billowing into the sky. And the funny thing is, this actually comes back. This loops back around to Skypiea. Now, look, I didn't skip Skypiea, but even a couple years ago, I rewatched One Piece from episode 1 up until I think damn near current, where we were in the English dub. And Skypiea, I love aspects of it. That is not my favorite arc ever. But remember, this kind of, and with Wano being the place where Seastone is mined, this ties back into that, because the reason why the Sky Island was formed is because of, I think it was called Pylobrine. That like that substance would be shot in the air and it would mix in the clouds and it would solidify. So I think this has relevance there. But so everybody in the Flower Capital, they're like, oh, is this Kaido's goons? Are they doing something? Like, oh shit, what's happening? So then they see the dragon flying towards them, and everybody's like, oh my god, it's Kaido. And they're like, you know, what is he doing? This is supposed to, yet again, it's supposed to be the one day we don't have to deal with their bullshit. And then the dragon, being Momonosuke, who looks very much like how Kaido did, says, I am not Kaido. That eruption was the final drumbeat signaling the end of Kaido, Supreme Commander of the Beast Pirates, 100 Beast Pirates. I hate the name Animal Kingdom Pirates. Beast Pirates. And so then the dragon transforms, and out of the smoke we see Lady Komurasaki and even a bunch of the citizens are like, wait a minute, didn't we just have your funeral? But then they're like, nobody's as beautiful as she is, so it's gotta be her. Like, what's happening? So then Denjiro comes out of the smoke and says that it's a long story. We brought the new Shogun of Wano. Chapter end. Okay. Now, I'm still wondering about Big Mom and Kaido. Are they dead or are they not? Because honestly, you can't let them just run around as you please. That can't happen. Because even if Kaido doesn't come after you, which I think with the way his backstory was set up, how, you know, he's acting as a gatekeeper. I don't think, you know, he'll come after you, but still, he'll enslave somebody else. Like Kaido, I don't think he'll just turn good. And Big Mom, she don't know how to take an L. So with them, it's very like, are they dead or not? Like, what did that eruption have to do with them? I think that was kind of caused by them, like them being, you know, exposed to the that magma blasted them off into the air. Like Team Rocket blasting off again. But yeah. So it's looking like these next couple chapters are gonna be like rebuilding chapters. And I can't wait. Because honestly, one of my favorite parts of One Piece are like the build-up chapters. Like, because remember, every arc, it seems like, well, it has been, Luffy and the others are never exposed to the outside world. In the 2 weeks that they've been there, they're like, shit's been turning. There was Reverie. There's Blackbeard. There's the warlord system being abolished. They don't know any of that. Like this is gonna be a hell of a chapter. Well, it's gonna be a couple of hell of chapters. And the good thing is, no break next week, so we're getting right back to it next Sunday. But like I said, good chapter. Just, it's a build up. What's gonna happen with Kaido and them now? And everybody's talking like, is Carrot gonna finally join the crew? Is Yamato gonna finally join the crew? Let me go ahead and put my 2 cents in. I could see maybe Yamato joining the crew, or even Momo. Well, potentially Momo. My whole thing with that is, people are saying, yeah, you know, Odin joined Roger, blah 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 blah. He's got to join the crew. No, he doesn't. He doesn't have, like, nobody. They don't need anybody else. They don't need a Odin parallel. Reason being, I'm not gonna go the Morge, like false parallels. Like, no, there are a lot of parallels. That's very purposeful. Aren't false parallels. Thank you. But thing with this one is, they don't need an Odin. Robin already fulfills that. Remember, the only reason, besides just being genuinely interested in Odin, that Roger wanted Odin to actually join his crews because he needed someone to read the poneglyphs. Luffy doesn't need anybody to read the poneglyphs. He's got Robin. So could they? Yes, but they don't need to. And the only thing that either Momonosuke or Yamato has to say to not be invited is that, oh, we have this book, you know, so we already know how, like, and remember Sabo the Archipelago, when Usopp was like, hey, is it true that One Piece is on the final island? And Luffy was like, shut up. So I don't know. Could it happen? Yes, it could very well happen. I'm not gonna say it's impossible, but I don't know. It's not necessary like it was with Roger. Like I said, I know Luffy is supposed to be the next Pirate King. He has a lot in common with Roger, but their circumstances, even in this point, are fundamentally different. They don't, like, Luffy doesn't need Yamato. He doesn't need Momonosuke for the same reason that Roger would. Now, I do think they need one more person, because with the one-on-ones that are going to be set up for the Blackbeard group, there's Blackbeard, and he has 10 people. His 10 Titanic captains, his 10 main crew members. So it's him and then 10 other people. And right now, Luffy has 10 members. He needs an extra to actually, you know, deal with the 11th person, whoever that is. Because I think we know like 1 through 9. So whoever the 10th Titanic captain, would that be Aokiji, which I don't think it is. I think Aokiji's fucking with them, but he's not one of them. But yet again, we don't know. I think that could be another mystery that we find out with these next couple chapters while we're setting up what we're gonna do next. Because it's funny, and yet again, I know I'm kind of elongating this, but just hear me out, because it's kind of funny. Remember, ever since they set foot in the New World, ever since Punk has it, this has been the moment that it's all been leading up to. We really haven't talked about too much else. Hell, even the shit with Big Mom. Because the way I thought was like they were gonna pull this shit video game style. We were gonna, because to kind of put it into perspective, kind of like draw a parallel with Bravely Default 2. I'm currently playing, yet again, that's my Saturday game stream, yet again, D_20. But with that game, even what happened after I beat the last chapter, the 4 cities that I just visited, well, 3 or 4, because it's Wiswald, well, not Rheindal, but Wiswald, Halcyonia, and Savalon. like the big bad Adam, his 3 goons, they're each attacking the city. So I thought we were, and then so what's gonna happen is I'm gonna have to take out each one of them, and then I'm gonna fight Adam himself. So pretty much, I thought when all this is happening, they're gonna do it video game style. We're gonna go after one Yonko, potentially the weakest. We're gonna go after the next weakest, which would either be Big Mom then Kaido, or Kaido then Big Mom. Because remember, the first one that he picked a fight with was Big Mom. So I thought we were gonna do Big Mom first, and then Kaido was gonna come later. No, Big Mom was kind of a, Luffy had to kind of go out of his way to draw Big Mom there. Because if he had been able to get Sanji without pissing her off, Big Mom would still be a problem. Because I think what we're gonna do next, because I've been thinking about it, like, what do the Straw Hats really have to do next? Where they have to go? I believe they still have to go to Lodestar. They don't have, like, not necessarily, because yet again, everything they learned about Lodestar, they learned it so. So I think they're still gonna go to Lodestar. Then they have to go to Elbaf. And of course, Laugh Tale. So it's kind of up in the air. So yet again, the entire last 10 years of One Piece have led to this moment. So it's like, what's next? That's what these next few chapters are gonna tell us. I believe it's Elbaf. But remember, even with this, we didn't even know we were going to Wano. We didn't even know Wano was our main destination. We went to Punk Hazard. Then we went to Dressrosa. Then we went to Zoe. Then, yet again, that detour to Whole Cake Island, and then Wano. So, and currently, unless something changes or they throw something else in the mix, as far as the Emperors, the only 2 left are Shanks and Blackbeard. And we know that, yet again, when the warlords were disbanded, he for some reason he was like, we're not gonna let the government have them or it. We're gonna get it. So he was on full of lead. He was like, yo, load the ships, we're going out. So we don't know. And then yet again, Shanks at a reverie. We still don't know what the fuck that was about. And then with the revelation of Luffy's devil fruit, with him actually being able to confirm, yeah, that's that fruit. So it's just a lot, and I'm excited. I think what I'm gonna do, probably like sometime before, like once like the last, I think before the last chapter of Wano, because this is the last chapter of Wano. It's leading up to the last chapter. It's that little, it's that falling action. Well, not falling action. It's that, falling resolution. The resolutions being like next like 4, 5, 6 chapters. Probably gonna be like just this, setting up the next thing, dealing with any loose ends we have here, and then getting the fuck out of here. I think before that last chapter, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna read through all of Wano not in one sitting, but like consecutively, and just how I feel about the arc, cause I love the arc, but it was very good. Now, it didn't meet every expectation, but it's definitely been a good one. But anyway, I've rambled on long enough. I might make a next episode video about that once I do that. But yet again, thank you so much for making it this far and listening to me ramble about this shit. If you like what you heard, definitely like the video, comment, tell me what you thought of Wano, what you thought of this chapter, and subscribe so you'll be notified when I upload. But yet again, this has been your boy, the D, signing out. Holla.